How shocked are you about Italy in the World Cup? Do you know anything about the history behind everything that happened? Well, if you want to know more, then hey, this is a video for you, because we're going to be explaining everything you need to know about how Italy is out of the World Cup and why this is a massive failure. So grab a seat and relax, because we're about to get started. The beginning. The Italy manager before the North Macedonia game said, "Our aim is to win the World Cup." But now, that isn't going to be happening this year. He said that in order for them to do this, they would need to win the next 2 games, and that he's only thinking about scenario A. Other people are thinking about scenario B, but not Roberto Mancini. However, he probably shouldn't have thought about scenario B, though. It was shocking when the game happened, and Italy was knocked out by a shocking 1-0 loss by North Macedonia. This was a big thing for the Italian fans because they were promised a positive outcome, but they ended up getting a massively negative one instead. However, this was worse than that. Italy is a 4-time World Cup winning team, and they're the current European champions, but to miss a World Cup tournament? That's just unthinkable. Also, this happened for the second time. It's devastating for all of Italy's supporters out there because it's just a sporting failure that's going to carry a lot of consequences for the team and the manager, to be honest. Did you think Italy was going to lose in the beginning? What was your reaction like when you found out that Italy was not going to be competing in the World Cup? Why is this a historic upset? You have to remember that Italy is one of the best teams out there. They've won 4 World Cup titles in the European Championship. They came into the listing at number 6, but where was North Macedonia? They were standing in 67th place. I'm sorry, but even if they had lost in a friendly match that didn't have consequences, that would still make a lot of people angry and surprised. And on top of this, Italy has never lost a World Cup qualifier. They have 44 wins, 7 draws, and 0 losses. However, they finally lost 1 game, and it shocked everybody. North Macedonia has never won a World Cup qualifier in its history, and it's only ever qualified for Euro 2021, but it finished last in Group C. It was the only team of the 4 to have not made it to the knockout stage. No one knew that they were going to be winning on this one. However, maybe Italy was feeling a bit too confident and they weren't actually watching their opponent. North Macedonia has even surprised Germany last year when they beat them with a 2-1 win in the group phase of the World Cup qualifying match. Then they went and beat Iceland before beating the big boys. And to be honest, they've really proven that they deserve to have that spot this year. Do you think North Macedonia was going to win that match? Do you think Italy underestimated its opponent? So how did Italy lose? The easiest way to answer this question is that Italy didn't take any chances. And it doesn't work out in this sport, ever. Italy took 32 shots in total and 11 of them were on target, but none of them made it to the back of the net. North Macedonia only took 5 shots and managed to get 1 in. They had a chance at the end of the first half when Domenico Berardi got free and was in front of the goal. He had the entire net to shoot at, but he ended up scuffing the ball and it just rolled into the goalkeeper's arms. This was a massive failure, and I'm sure he would have heard something about that later on. However, there seemed to be a bit of bad luck that kept raining on the team for the entire evening in Palermo. The Italian supporters were hoping for an equalizer, but the team just couldn't give it to him. Even Alessandro Florenzi tried, but he had a great chance in a couple of seconds to go, but his shot ended up hitting Joe Pedro when it went wide. Meanwhile, North Macedonia was able to find an opening, and they took it. What was your reaction when you watched the match? Do you think Italy needs this time to reflect on its mistakes? Also, definitely keep watching because we got more news on this upsetting loss for you. So, how did Italy miss the World Cup? The thing is, this isn't Italy's first major mess-up when it comes to the 2022 World Cup. Actually, they shouldn't have even been in the playoffs to begin with. One of the matches at the UEFA group stage showed that Italy tied group leader Switzerland after Jorginho missed a pair of penalties. One of his penalties was saved, and the other just disappeared from the frame. The Chelsea midfielder has been criticized a lot over the years when it comes to his penalty-taking style. This includes a run-up, hop, skip, and a jump, which apparently lets him throw off the goalkeeper. But I think it's really just throwing him off, because he keeps missing the penalties. He said in an interview after the North Macedonia loss that the team made a few small errors, and that they just weren't able to recover from them. But that might be an understatement, because they must have been bigger than minor errors. He also said that he can't stop thinking about it, and it's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. He's let his country down, and he's going to carry that with him forever. Wow, that's pretty intense when it comes to the Italy squad. But, you know, they're a prideful team. Also, they did have some injuries going on as well, which certainly didn't help with the outcome of the match. Federico Chiesa tore his ACL earlier in the season while playing for Juventus, so he's been unavailable for the selection. This comes as a big hit for the team because he was a surprise standout during the Euro 2021. And then you got Leonardo Bonucci, who was another top player at the Euros. Everybody knows who he is. However, the 22-year-old had a calf injury, and he was in a starting role for the North Macedonia game. And then we also have team captain Giorgio Chiaini, who missed time because of an abductor problem as well, and was only available off the bench during the game. However, he was called into the game minutes before North Macedonia scored, and I'm sure that didn't sit well with him when that happened. Maybe he should have stayed on the bench. Did you know about all these injuries before the game? Do you think they would have won if their people were able to play? What's going to happen to Italy now? Now, there are a few things that the team needs to do after losing this match, but the very first thing is to heal from this pain. The country and the team are going to need to reconcile that they won't be in the World Cup and that the pain is probably going to be around for some time. When they missed out on the 2018 World Cup, there was a change in coach, and some of the squad was moved around, but nothing else was really done when it came to who was going to be playing. Like last time, they're going to be looking right at the head coach, Roberto Mancini, who was nominated for Coach of the Year at the FIFA The Best Awards in 2021. Seems a bit ironic now, if you ask me. He's done a lot, and nobody's saying that he hasn't, but after this, there's a high possibility that he won't be around for much longer. Then they're going to be looking at the team. It might be time to say goodbye to the likes of Chiaini and Giorgino, and that's just because of their age and the fact that they haven't been performing very well for the past little bit. And after this, they're going to be looking at the striker position because that's got a big question mark. Lorenzo is 30 and Ciro is 32 and Andrea is 28, but a lot of people have been saying that they're not dependable when it comes to goal scoring. However, they will be looking at the younger members as well, like Gianluigi, the goalkeeper, because he's made some crucial mistakes in a lot of key moments, including the most recent one. He's also had a major failure for PSG against Real Madrid, so people are wondering if this big stage is just too much for him, and it might be time to let him go. However, they are going to need to look farther than just the team as well, because Italy has also been struggling with European competitions. If they're struggling there, then there isn't a whole lot of hope for the World Cup in the future. Where do you think they're going to be making cuts? How many people do you think we're going to be seeing leave? Well, that's everything that we have for you. So, how did you feel when you found out Italy wasn't going to go to the World Cup? Were you surprised? I know everyone around me looks pretty shocked. Let us know down below. Later.